Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today?
Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today?
I'm awake.
Drinking a Red Bull, figuring out all the problems with my computer. So, that tells
Oof.
you how my morning is.
Hmm. It's
Oh, Zamer says, I'm always loaded on caffeine. Give something to poor Mickey to wake her. I mean, she drinks a lot of caffeine too.
actually,
Maybe not as much as me.
I was about to say, I really don't anymore. I used to. I used to drink Mountain Dew like all day
Oh,
long.
that's
Like,
gross.
I love Mountain Dew so much. So much. And I would like
Oh,
down
man.
sweet tea constantly because I'm a southern lady. Um, like when I work Comic Con, like I'll mix caffeines and that's always a bad time.
Oh, yeah, you don't do that.
You don't do that.
Unless you
That's
mix caffeines and alcohol.
don't do that. Don't
Yeah,
mix accelerants and depressants. Don't.
don't do that. Don't be like us. Be good kids. Stay in school.
Learn from our suffering.
Oh, yeah. We're not very bright. Anyway, we are, what was it? I'm so excited about the topics for today.
Yes.
Um, because we're gonna do Reddit's "Am I the Asshole?"
Are you the asshole?
And I don't know. I mean, this is gonna say a lot about who we are as people if we read this and we're like,
Eh,
"Eh."
maybe.
Um, let's see. I went cold turkey on Mountain Dew a few years ago. Also listened an hour before the Great Josh battle. Oh, I heard about that. Um, what was it? I never liked Mountain Dew. I tried it and I don't like it. I just the flavor never settled well with me personally. So on Mountain Dew, but everybody else likes it. It's like one of the most beloved drinks of all time. I even had like the Mountain Dew Baja Blasts. I
Yeah.
don't like it. It doesn't appeal to me.
I don't really like the
It's a
other flavors of Mountain Dew. Like, I get why people like them. They still have a very Mountain Dewy kind of like flavor profile, I guess, but I
Mhm.
don't I the only one I actually like is the original.
Oh yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to am I the asshole? We're gonna see we're gonna be tested. We're gonna see if we are actually assholes or, you know, or we're gonna be the judges, I guess.
Well, I'm gonna call Ricey out real quick. The reason we're doing this is because
Oh.
she's like, "Oh, I want to show you this TikTok," and it's these girls that read and discuss
And
"Am I the Asshole?" posts as well
or
from
other
Reddit.
Reddit. It's like yeah, it's like other Reddit subreddits as well. And I was like, am I the asshole would be perfect.
And she
Because one,
wanted me to get upset. She
mad.
wanted me to be
Yeah, not
passionate.
upset. I never wanna upset you,
True.
ever.
You
But I
wanted
did
to
wanna
get
get
me
you riled
riled.
up. That's
Yep.
what was the key. I wanted to get you riled up so bad.
And she did. She just
And I
showed
was
me
just
this
like,
little TikTok clip, and I'm like, girl, holy shit.
What was it? Because
Oh,
I
okay.
got
It
a
was the one where the
email right.
husband's best friend slash
Oh,
best man
yeah.
decided to do a prank at the wedding where the best man was going to object when it's like, does anybody object to this wedding? And he would be like, I object.
Right.
And
And
that
and
ends the wedding.
yeah, because even if it's a joke, if anybody objects to the wedding, even jokingly,
Hmm.
they have to stop the wedding. And that meant that all of the money, all the food, all of that was wasted. All the time that she took to plan it, everything was
Hmm.
gone in an instant just because they wanted to pull a prank.
Hmm.
And I'm like, "Holy crap. Wow, no, you're not an ass." Oh, and it was
No.
like, Am I the asshole also for not going to a party that was meant for me?" No, you're not an asshole. Your day was ruined. You don't
Well,
wanna go to a party after your special day was ruined.
it was
Like,
the
come on.
party that was being thrown for her post wedding by her future sister in law.
Yeah, her futures. I don't know. Now I don't there was no
Mm,
update.
yep.
There was no updates as to any of that. And that when I read it, I was like, "Oh, damn."
Oh.
And when I showed Abby, she was, of course, also, like, angry at the groom and the best man, and I was like, "Yeah, but the delicious salt is what keeps me going, so this is why we're doing it.
This is true. And
This
let's
is why.
add real quick that we both are married. We both have our husbands. We've both been through the wedding trauma, the wedding planning trauma of this. So we both sympathize with this woman immensely.
Yeah.
Because it's like my wedding was fairly small, like extremely
Oh, yeah,
small
mine is too.
compared to a
Mhm.
lot of people's weddings. So it's just like still like, holy shit.
Yeah, I was just like, "Oof." So we're gonna that's why we're doing this. One,
Yes.
because I just wanna read the salt,
Oh.
and I also
Mm,
wanna rile up
mm, mm.
Abby here, so so we're gonna get started. And the first one, these are several that I know Abby has picked out,
Yes.
that are really, really good. So we're gonna read some of these. And if you guys can also let us know these are if they are the asshole or not the asshole. Um, but the first one, the headline reads, "Am I the asshole for faking sleeping all night to see if my wife is lying?" Now, usually these headlines, there's always something deeper that goes with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it starts, "The past couple of months, my wife has been complaining about our cats." Oh, no, don't complain about the cats.
Mm,
She's been claiming that the cats wake her up constantly and that she's frustrated every night that she has to get up and open the door for the cats, or the cats keep making noises, or the cats keep jumping on her. It's got to the point where she started, excuse me, it's got to the point where she started saying she wants me to get rid of them. I told her I never seen or heard any of this, but she claims I slept through it all. Okay, first of all, there's still more.
mm, mm-hmm.
When you have pets, cats, birds, dogs, snakes,
Yep.
anything,
Mm-hmm.
those are the equivalent of children. They see you as family.
Mm-hmm.
You are their pack, you are their flock, you are what's the kitty equivalent to
Uh,
a pack?
partner, servant. You're their servant.
Yes, servant. Good answer. That's true. But all in all, you are their life, you know.
Yeah.
Don't go up and just to say I want to get rid of it.
Right.
Unless there's an absolute dire reason.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you choose to be with a cat or an animal,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a
Forever.
choice for their life. Yeah. So that was a red flag, at least for me.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
She keeps telling me she was getting less and less sleep and kept acting aggressive, blaming lack of sleep for the cats or from the cats, and that I didn't. And if I didn't get rid of them, she'll leave me. I legitimately started considering giving the cats to my sister until I noticed something. One morning, she claimed she had gotten up multiple times throughout the night to help the cats. She listed a bunch of times. I thought it was weird because I'd been up until 4 a.m., and she claimed that she got up at 1 a.m. to open the door for them and a few times around 3 a.m. because they were meowing and jumping on her. I was in the bedroom the entire time while she slept, and I know none of that happened. Things weren't adding up, so I decided to run a test. I waited until she said she was going to bed. Then I let the cats out of our bedroom, lowered my phone brightness, and faked going to sleep. I just laid there in bed for the entire night, bored, but I definitely did not fall asleep. I made sure to make timestamps every 30 minutes on my phone through Discord just to be sure. I marked down every noise my cats made. One cat had jumped down from something and made a little sound at 3:18 a.m., and one ate food relatively quietly by the bedroom door at 4:57 a.m. Other than that, nothing happened. Surely enough, my wife slept from 11 p.m. until 9 a.m. that morning. She claimed she had woken up at least 7 times to open doors from the cat noises and cats jumping on her. At this point, I was pissed because she was clearly lying to me. I was exhausted and fed up with the lies, so I bluntly called her on it. I told her, "That's funny. I stayed up all night to monitor the cats, and they weren't even in the room at all last night. I have timestamps and everything. So you've been lying to me and tried to convince me to get rid of my cats. Why?" She sat there quietly shaking and looking pissed, then got up and left without answering. She came back hours later and ignored me whenever I talked. And when I asked her how I'm the bad guy in the situation, she finally said that I was treating her like a child by lying out. by lying about sleeping and
Mm,
staying up all night just to see if she was lying or not.
mm,
And that making timestamps and everything as if I was an investigator was going too far
mm,
and make me an obsessive asshole.
mm-mm.
I did it because she was threatening me to get rid of my cats or she'll leave me, and her claims didn't add up. So am I an obsessive asshole?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Okay, all right. First of all,
Yeah. Mm,
um, everyone has a difference of opinion.
yep.
I will say my opinion is biased because I am a pet owner,
Yes.
and um, that to me, I think it would be a little different because I am a pet owner.
Right.
Let's see. Hold up. Nasim said something. I guess I'm not married, so I don't really know, but the better idea here is to discuss the underlying issue or talk to each other in any capacity at all besides just conducting a series of ruses and each at each other to gain a moral high ground. Yes. Okay, that's also agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're married. I think they are dating, it sounds like.
I don't know. It
Oh no,
says
she
that
says
his
wife.
wife,
Yeah, my
yeah.
wife. Yeah, that's his wife. Yeah. Oof.
Or they technically, well, no, it goes into an update in the same post, that it's not just a life partner or a civil union or anything like that. They are legally married to one another.
Okay. I
What? Communication? Bullshit.
Yeah, I was about to say because I we'll read the update after this. My
Right.
that's the kind of cheat answer to all am I the asshole post though. Communications and norm. Yes, this is true.
Mm,
Anything could be solved if they communicated with each other. But most of these am I the asshole posts, I definitely agree with Nasim here because they can communicate. But in this day and age,
mm,
communication is hard. There are people who just cannot communicate,
right.
which gives us jewels like these so we can read. Um,
I
I
I
don't
I
go
don't
ahead.
think he's an asshole. Like it's
No,
one
of
of those
course
things
not an
that's
asshole.
clearly his cats. He had the cats before he ever was in a
Yeah.
relationship with her. We don't know how
Yes.
long they've been married or been dating or been together or how long she's been around, but clearly these cats supersede her.
Yeah.
And I'm a
Mhm.
cat owner too. I've had cats since I was 5 years old. Like it's one of those things. It's like if I have a cat, you're taking the cat with me, or we're not going to work out. That's the
Exactly.
thing,
But maybe she said yes, and then she didn't realize, cats, and then she's like, "No, I'm good."
right?
Maybe she said yes to get in the relationship, which is another thing. Would you say yes just to be in a relationship? Because I'm like, "Oh, it's just a cat. How bad could it be?" But then you realize cats are, you have to be kind of responsible for them and everything.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think he's an asshole.
No, I don't think so either.
However, I will say that staying up all night would have been strange, but I guess, like, he wanted the truth, and you can tell he wanted the truth, and she was never gonna give it to him. That's the thing.
Right, and it
She was
like
never gonna tell him the truth at all.
and it's fair that it's like sometimes cats usually get a little bit more active around 5, 6, 7 a.m. in the morning when they start to get hungry. Anybody who's owned cats or has read anything
Mhm,
about cats usually see that parallel with nearly every single cat that they're active between 5
mhm,
and 7 a.m.
mhm,
So it makes sense that he would have to stay up all night just in case he did go to bed at 4 and she did have to get up around 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning because of the cats. I think she's
mhm.
the asshole because she just straight up walks away from him when he
Yes.
asks her a question, which in
He
his
tried to open up
tone,
that com he
right.
tried to open up that line of communication, and she got caught.
Mm-hmm.
She knew she got caught, and then she's like, "Well, I'm not gonna deal with this. I'm gonna walk away," and let him sit there figuring out what the fuck happened. That's
Right.
manipulative.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's very manipulative, and she gets to come back when she feels ready,
Mm-hmm.
while he just sits no, that's manipulative. No, she's
Mm-hmm.
an asshole.
Yeah.
She's an asshole.
Yep. Do
That
you have
just
opinions about it or do you want to get into the update for it?
we can read the update, but those are my opinions. She's an asshole,
Yep.
not him. She is. But yes, let's read the update because this one actually has an update to it.
Yes.
Uh, my wife has been Baker acted. I don't know what that means.
I'll look that up while you continue to read, okay?
Okay, she did not hurt herself, just said something concerning in public. I got a call from the hospital this morning asking me to head over for some family therapy. Apparently, she finally wanted to talk. I'll be honest, I'm pretty pissed at the reason why she's been so hateful towards my cats. It's absolutely asinine. It's nothing that anyone has suggested. She's not cheating. She's not sick physically or mentally. She's not bored of the relationship and looking for an out. According to her, one of the cats stepped on her laptop and ruined a story she was writing. According to her, one of the cats stepped on her laptop and ruined a story she was writing. I repeated it because it's bold. It's bolded that one part.
I
She
like
hated
he specifies what kind of story she was working on a little later in this update.
yeah. She hated both cats ever since. I mean, that sucks, but it's not worth trying to emotionally blackmail me into getting rid of them. That, see, he calls it out. It is emotional blackmail.
Mm-hmm.
I asked her why she didn't just tell me the truth and why she's been lying and refusing to talk about it when I asked. Her answer was because you wouldn't have gotten rid of them otherwise, and explained that when she saw I wasn't willing to abandon them for her, she took offense and made it a goal to have me pick her over them.
Mm-hmm.
Sickening. Don't know why she actually admitted to it all. The woman with us asked me how I felt about it, and I just told her the truth. I told her it was a nice run, but I'm probably going to want a divorce. I was asked why, and I told them. I've seen a new hateful, malicious side of her that I want nothing to do with. She was so set on getting rid of the cats over a fan fiction being ruined that she manipulated her husband. My wife started shouting at me, said that I betrayed her and that I'm scum for choosing animals over her. At least cats don't give ultimatums like she gave. It sucks that she's been Baker acted and all, I guess, but it's for the best right now. She'll have time to process it in a safe environment and hopefully come to terms with it. Bad husband, I know. No, you're not. I'm almost sure I'm going for divorce. I'm very worried about having her in the same house as my cats. I want my cats safe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want I don't want to worry about them being harmed or disappearing, quote unquote disappearing. Screw that. I guess I'll do what all almost all of you suggested. Keep the cats, rehome the wife. Not how I wanted it to end, but life isn't always nice. If I may, I want to clear up some things from the original post. I did not stare at her all night. We have a mute TV with subtitles playing every night. I subtly watch the TV while paying attention to the cat sounds. I'm not allowed to install cat doors, and she won't let me keep the doors open. Apartment rules. Why did I instantly assume she was lying? I'm unfamiliar with mental health slash diseases. I know about some diseases, but one that make you think your dreams happened, tumors that make you see, hear, remember non-existent things. Sorry that I wasn't aware of those possibilities. So when someone tells me events happened when they literally didn't, I genuinely assume that they're lying. Shame on me. Um, but yes, that's pretty much it.
Over
I
fan fiction.
on a fanfic. Yes, it's fan fiction is italicized, so he just really wants us to know it was a fan fiction. And cats will stand on your computers and such
Mm-hmm.
and lay on them because it's warm and they want to be part of like
Whatever you're
what was it?
doing, they
Yeah,
want
they
to
want to mirror
partake.
you. Yeah. They want to mirror
Also,
you. They're like, "Hey, if you're working on a computer for hours on end, I want to work on the computer for hours on end." So that's
you're
what they do.
you remember when Tangerine called you at like 9 in the morning one time, or like 7 in the morning one time? Because I was
Oh
on
yeah.
my phone and he grabbed at my
Yes.
phone while I was sending you a message, and he ended up calling you.
Yeah. It was lovely. I appreciate that. Um and that's the end of that story.
Okay.
Everything he said is good. I'm glad he recognized that
Mm,
she is indeed being manipulative
mm-hmm.
and that just because one of the cats stepped on her laptop and ruined a story she was writing, I don't think it's ruined. It wasn't ever ruined.
Right.
It messed up her like it messed up her
Flow.
flow, like
Yeah.
that process, but ruined is a stretch. you know, uh,
Yeah.
she doesn't she's very much people are like, is she might be narcissistic and all of that. I don't know about that. However, she does wanna be number 1 in a lot of things, it looks like, and the fact that he was like, "No, cats are important because you lied to me, because you emotionally blackmailed me, and then this,"
Right.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
She's definitely the asshole for sure.
Right. So
And
the Baker Act, to clarify a part, because we're from Alabama, we've never heard anything about the Baker Act. Apparently, the Baker Act is a Florida law that enables families and loved ones
Oh,
to provide emergency mental health services and temporary detention for people who are impaired because of their mental illness and who are unable to
yeah.
determine their needs for treatment. Uh, People
'Kay.
who require the use of the Baker Act often lost the power of self-control and they are likely to inflict harm to themselves or others.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I hope she's doing better. Like, I really do. This
Right.
was like how long ago was that? I clicked out, so
I
hold
have
on.
it right here. Hang on.
It was posted 24 days ago. Wow. I
Right.
really hope she's doing okay.
And we don't know when the update was
Mm-mm,
added. Um,
mm-mm.
but if the Baker Act, if, as he puts it, Baker acted, um, then something is seriously wrong. There's I don't,
Yeah.
that's still no excuse for her actions.
Mhm.
It explains her actions, but it doesn't excuse her actions.
Exactly. There you go.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
There you go.
And I don't
Um
blame him for wanting to get a divorce when
Mm-mm.
she is probably going to continue to do this kind of thing.
Oh, yes. Mhm. For sure.
Because even if he did get rid of the cat, or they just get so old that they pass naturally, things like that. It's like once the cats are out of the way, what would she do next to him?
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, but yes. We started off with a really long one and,
Mm-hmm.
sad. So how
Say
about you
yee.
read this next one, which I'm actually kinda I'm curious about this one.
I love this
Um,
one. I saw it and I'm like,
yeah.
oh, Ricey's gonna love this, especially after you name the new cat at work.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah,
Yee.
go ahead.
Okay. Am I
This
the
is all you,
ass?
baby.
Yee. Am I the asshole for making a punny, quote unquote, wall of shame for people who stole from my mom's garden? My mom is really into gardening, and sometimes people have come by and stolen potted plants, yard statues, and even dug whole plant bulbs with plants out of the garden, or cut all the roses off her bushes because they were too cheap to buy from the florist, I guess. Anyway, my dash cam of my car, which I park in the driveway near the garden bed, caught most of all of them close up, and as a way to help my mom not have her plants stolen, I printed all their pictures out and made a poster that said, "Oh, hey there! Don't be a daffodil and still, or else you might end up doing hard time. We hope this'll be a lesson to you." All that entire thing was a pun. I should probably just copy
Entire
and
thing.
paste it to the chat so y'all
Can
can
you?
enjoy it fully. Um, and I put the pictures of everyone stealing from the garden around the border. Also gave each person a funny fake name: Mr. Potato Head, Dilante, Pothead, Prick, Sucker, I Peony in my pants, Frondless, Dirtbag, Infertile, and Root Boy. I thought it was funny and cutesy. Like, how can you be offended with dumb plant puns? My mom thought it was hilarious and wanted me to hang it up because she was sick of seeing stuff stolen. But I got a couple of complaints. One neighbor said I needed to take it down because I had a picture of his son, a minor, who did something dumb, yes, but was just trying to bring his sick girlfriend flowers. And that was disproportionate and rude to publicly shame him. I told him that it wasn't that big a deal, and he told me that I was being petty. I called his kid a little birch, which pissed him off and honestly might have been petty.
No, that is petty, but it's funny.
It's hilarious. Another guy came to the house and returned a cutting that his wife apparently took to propagate, thinking it would be no big deal. But yeah, it damaged the plant because she cut like a quarter off. And he asked if we'd take down the sign because she was on the board of directors or something from the town and whatever. My mom had answered the door and told him to make a like a bee and buzz off. Anyway, I guess they both know each other and now both these families are annoyed. Am I the asshole for making a petty sign about people stealing from my mom's garden, hoping to get them to stop?
You're not the asshole.
No. It's hilarious.
Honestly, this is I was about to say, you're holding these people accountable in a very funny and, like, it's a fun way. Um, I don't think it's rude.
No.
If they're the ones who stole and you caught them stealing, I don't think it's rude at all.
Shame
And if
them.
they and because, I mean, the police isn't gonna do anything about it. They're just gonna steal, right? They're gonna continue to steal. Now that they know that you've held these people accountable in such a cute and adorable way, might I ask, I don't think he's an asshole or they're an asshole.
Right.
I don't. 'Cause come on now. That shit cute.
Like seriously.
I mean, it's super cute.
And I'm like,
And
they are stealing. They are taking whole ass plants and items. They have stolen uh potted plants. So they've stolen a the pot and the plant, yard statues, and have dug up
yeah,
entire plant bulbs with their plants
from the
growing.
yes. Those are like I mean, those are hard to do when you're a gardener to get because those are like starting plants.
Right.
I
That's
no,
theft. There's nothing
that is
okay
theft.
about this.
No. And the so with the what was it? The son who wanted to bring his girlfriend
A
flowers.
flower
Yeah, I get that he is
trying to be sweet.
young and he's like a minor. They say he's a minor.
So
He
I
could
bet
be
he's
any
17.
yeah, I was about to say, yeah, he's a minor. It doesn't matter if he does stupid things. Like it's not
He still
it's
stole.
it's still yeah, he still stole and he is being held accountable.
Hmm.
Especially with the cute little pun name. I think it's very funny.
Yeah.
Um and I don't think that his neighbor just because his father is ashamed
Right.
about it that he still shouldn't hold his son accountable. He should. He needs because his son needs to learn. Because apparently his dad. Okay, I'm getting heated. His dad didn't teach him very well to not steal. Apparently, not take anything that's not yours. Um. So yeah, I can see why. What was it? Because they seem chill.
Yeah.
They seem chill. Like if you went up and asked him, "Hey, can I have a flower for my sick girlfriend?" They seem like they'd give it to him,
Right.
like the
And
mother.
and they would actually
No
take care of
deal.
the plant so their plant doesn't get damaged.
Right.
It's like, "Oh, can I
Like they
have a
seem like
clipping
such
of
chill
this
people.
to try and propagate it?" Like you can do that with rosemary. You don't need the whole like half the damn plant. All you need is a
Yeah.
sprig or even a couple of sprigs to make sure at least one of them takes root. Like
Right.
you don't just ask. Like
Exactly. Just
my
ask.
dad would gladly give you a clipping from his aloe plant or from his
Yep.
rosemary or like a sprig from his bay tree, like for you to start off your own. He'd gladly give that to you. And he would do
Mhm.
it so that you're not damaging his plant.
Yep. Mhm. Just ask. Like it's not gonna and if they say no, then they say no, but it's their choice. Don't steal. Come on now. Just go to Lowe's. I mean,
For real.
come on. Um
Christ, people.
and that's just for the son. Now for this adult woman
Hmm.
who is the director, board of directdirectors or something.
Yeah.
No, she's a fucking adult. She's an adult.
Right.
Hold her accountable. Give her a cute ass pun name. Hold her accountable. Cause like it's not like they're gonna call the news people, and be like, "Oh, these are the people stealing my plants."
I would.
And I
I'd
would
be
be
like,
funny
look
back
at
to
this
him.
shit. This is hilarious.
I mean, like, come on now. She's a grown ass woman. Hold her accountable too. She should have
Hmm.
known not to steal because we don't know what she stole, you know.
Right?
Um, but like, don't steal, or else they'll get a punny name. Like this is the least. It's what was it? The least damaging thing you can do is hold someone accountable with something so cute. Give me a punny name. That's what I'd like. If I let's say I stole something from this woman's garden, and she gave me a punny name, I'd be like, meh, fair. I deserve to have my face plastered with such a cute name. I'll just walk on by, apologize, and be like, but I love this picture.
Hey,
I think
can I
it's
get a
adorable.
copy of that?
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, can I get a copy of that?"
Can we get like
Um,
get it all like fancy, get like wanted?
I was like, as a father, I think there's only so much you can do to keep your kid from doing dumb shit to pursue in the pursuit of relationships. Okay, first of all, yes. And also, if he is a minor, and I'm assuming it's a teenager,
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
yeah, you're gonna do stupid shit in the pursuit
Hormones.
of courting somebody. It's the hormones. Uh,
But there's
so
only so
fair.
much you can do to protect him from the consequences of his actions.
Yeah. And if the worst he can do is steal from his neighbor's garden so he can give his girlfriend flowers, like it's not that bad.
Right.
But he still stole.
Yeah.
And that's a cute way of allowing him to um be held accountable.
Right. It's
I think it's adorable.
it seems like it's a really safe way to be held accountable for his actions.
Right.
These people aren't gonna like sue him or ruin his life or
No,
anything. They're
obviously
just
this is
be
not ruining his anyway.
no.
It would be funny if he brings his girlfriend down, like walking down the neighborhood, and she sees his picture, and she's like, "Yeah, I did that for you." That makes I did that. I'm on the wall of shame, a punny wall of shame. I did this for you. I think that's just me. That's just me. Okay,
But
we're gonna
like
move on.
this is also why like I'm like this we have to do this one because this one's fucking
That one's
hilarious.
really cute. Okay, so this one is, am I the asshole for calling the police on my husband?
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah, that one.
okay. My husband's car doesn't work and he needs money to get it fixed.
Hmm.
He doesn't have enough money. I'm in medicine school, so I guess English isn't her first language.
Right.
I'm in medicine school and have been getting ready for my exams for a month now. Every month, he and his friends go on a road trip. His car's been sitting in the garage for 3 months now. He asked if he could take my car to the wait. He asked if he could take my car to take the guys on a road trip since it was his turn to take them. I told him I need the car since I have a weak immune system and public transportation might be risky, and I can't afford to get sick in the middle of my exams. He
Hmm.
begged, saying his friends are going to say he ruined the trip, and our discussion got nowhere. The trip was last week. I had an exam the day of the trip and left at 8 a.m. I had several things to do. I stopped by the coffee shop to use the internet, and I arrived at the university at 8:30 and entered the hall getting ready for my exam. After I finished, I spent the first few minutes with my friends, and I left. I got to the parking lot and my car wasn't there. I started freaking out, thinking I might have left the door open or something. I called my husband, but he didn't pick up. My friends immediately told me to call the police. I ended up waiting for them to ask me about what happened. The officer said I needed to come to the station to give my statement. I stayed there for 4 hours. Then I was told my car was found. My husband was driving it and was picked up an hour away from where we live. I was shocked and mad. It never occurred to me that he was the one who took it. I went home and waited till he got back. He was upset and didn't want to talk about what he did. Hmm.
Mm.
The argument started after he said he made a copy of the key and didn't take till he made sure I arrived for my exam. I yelled at him and told him it was not okay. He caused me to stress out and worry about the car. He told me calling the police was drastic and shouldn't have gotten them involved, but I had no idea he took the car. He said he wanted to text me but forgot. That the trip was ruined and he was embarrassed by being picked up by the police when he was with friends. He still thinks calling the police was over the top reaction, but what was I supposed to do? No, you're not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
If something like that happened to me and I freaked out,
Mhm.
and my car was stolen, hell yeah, I'm calling the police. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, he never told her, like, and I don't think he was going to. He said, "Oh, I was gonna text you, but I forgot." No, you know you
No.
weren't.
Yeah, he
No,
wasn't.
you weren't.
He was going to probably when he got there.
Yeah.
Wherever that destination was, he was probably going to do it when he got there.
And like she called him and he didn't pick up. He
Right.
knew what he did.
Mhm.
He knew exactly what he did and he didn't want to deal with her yelling at him. So what was she supposed to do? She didn't know he stole the car. So no,
Mm.
you did everything right. I mean, like you did everything right. You called the cops like you should have because when you called your husband and he didn't pick up, you automatically thought, okay, it couldn't be my husband. It has to be someone else.
Mhm.
Your husband's an asshole. Your husband's the asshole here. Don't do that. Don't steal a car. Like, come on now.
And I hate to be this way. This might be a little judgy, but like you started this topic just so I for me to be a salty bitch, but he
Yeah.
sounds like a deadbeat, honestly.
You think?
The garage has been sitting in there for 3 months and he keeps taking road trips with the guys. He's like, he doesn't
Oh,
have money to get the car fixed, but he keeps going and having road trips every
right.
month. I'm like, no, you just sound like a deadbeat. Honestly.
You know, that's absolutely true. I mean, not to say that we know he is or isn't,
Right. Agreed.
but opinion-wise, yeah, I could tell why you would say that.
Hmm.
And that he has to use his wife's car to get around.
Right. And the thing is, he
Hmm.
also made a copy of her key without telling
Her
her.
knowing, yeah, without her knowing. This one doesn't have a update either, so.
Mm-mm.
No, you're not an asshole. You did good. You did everything right.
Right.
Don't let him tell you otherwise. You did
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
everything right.
Yep.
He is the asshole because he shouldn't have stolen the car to begin with.
Exactly.
Come on now. Come on
Abs.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Easy peasy. Do you want to read the next one?
Yeah, I can. I gotta remember
Okay.
which one it is. Let's see here. Ooh, yeah, I can read this one because I actually understand what that abbreviation is. It took me a while.
Okay.
Um, so am I the asshole for blowing up at my future mother-in-law wearing my fiance's engagement ring?
Okay, hold up.
Yes. The F
Am
if
I the asshole for
mhm.
blowing up at my future mother-in-law wearing
Yes.
my fiance's engagement? Oh, okay. So okay.
Yeah, it took me a while to
It's a
figure out
male.
what that abbreviation was.
Oh, no, no, it's not the abbreviation. It's just like, wait, is it a male doing this? And yeah,
Yes, it is
yeah.
a man doing this.
Hmm.
Um, Apologies for bad grammar, and I'm on mobile. For context, I, 30-year-old male, and my fiance, 28 female, got engaged 2 years ago, and we have a nearly 2-year-old boy. And to help her mother out, we moved in with her over 2 years ago because she couldn't pay for her house herself. And
Hmm.
my fiance said a bit of support would be nice when the baby came. Fair enough. Ever
Yeah.
since we moved in, you can't actually have anything to yourself food, snacks, the TV. Once she was wearing one of my hoodies, so I literally can't have the clothes on my back. But one thing we put the foot down on was her engagement ring. So the fiance's engagement ring.
Right.
The day I gave it to her, she insisted on trying it on. Fiance said no multiple times. Future mother in law went far enough to try and take it from her hand until I physically took her hands off my fiance and told her to back off. And then told her that ring is her daughter's and no one will be wearing it, trying it on, or anything else, that we really feel it's disrespectful and bad luck to wear
Mhm.
someone else's engagement ring. It was brought up constantly over the next 2 years. She never gave up. But last night was where it blew up. My fiance was putting on fake tan in future mother in law's room. It's only a
Mhm.
2 bed house, and I was putting the little lad to sleep so she couldn't go anywhere else. And she naturally took the ring off to put her tan on and left it on the
Mhm.
side locker. After I got my son asleep, we went downstairs and future mother in law went to bed. And as we're watching TV, my partner jumps up and says, "Oh shit, I left my ring in future mother in law's room, so she goes up and gets it, and it's not where she left it. So she woke up her mother, and before she asks, she sees it on her hand while she's asleep.
Damn.
When she told me, that was when it was the straw that broke the camel's back. I shouted at her that the level of disrespect we suffer around, there's a lot more that I can't fit on this thread. Here it was too
Yeah.
much, and we're moving out at ASAP. She starts crying about not being able to pay the bills and she'll be homeless, yada yada. And to be honest, I don't care anymore. Because not once did I hear an apology for her breaking the most clear boundary I have set
Yes.
for living with her and for
Mhm.
upsetting my fiance. It's a superstition in her family that if someone wears the ring before the couple gets married, that marriage won't last. Also worth noting, future mother-in-law has a lot of warts on her hands, at least 20 from poor hygiene that she has been told by her doctor are contagious but won't get treated. So am I blowing this up a bit too much or what? Am I the
No.
asshole?
No.
No.
No. You clearly have to set boundaries with this
Mhm.
woman. And the one boundary you had, she crossed. No.
Yeah, no. You're not. But like why is she so obsessed with the like wearing the engagement ring? Is
See, I
my
don't know.
thing.
I was about to say, I never heard of such a superstition. I haven't. But I can see why, you know, no one wants you to wear their engagement ring. It's a special thing between you and your fiance.
Like I've
Or
heard of
the
it in passing, but it's not really common in like my family circle. So it's but it like why? Why do you want to wear someone else's engagement ring? I get like casual rings and things like that, but why? But like
well,
I find it more offensive because my engagement ring that my husband gave me is like extremely customized to me and my
same.
husband.
Mhm,
Like
same.
extremely. So it's like no. Don't.
See, it's not necessarily for okay, so Nasium says, "Person does vaguely rude thing, also she's a vile garbage dwelling sea hag." Okay, not to that extent. She's not. It's more I think for me is like because his future mother-in-law doesn't respect boundaries because it looks like she needs them more than they need her. And
Mhm.
I have a very distinct like family group.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, if your future mother-in-law or your mother needs help, you go in, you be family, you help her out. But you also have to set up boundaries to that extent. And like it was a compatible relationship. Oh, she has warts on her hands and frogs fall for her ceiling and snakes.
I like I don't
Okay,
know.
fair. I
Like
didn't realize that. I think it's more of her just she keeps crossing these boundaries. They've told her they like talked about this with her for over 2 years and she still won't let up.
right.
She keeps pushing that boundary
And
and
the
they
fact
kept
that she
having
put
to
the
tell her
ring on
no.
and went to sleep with it on. She didn't just
Yeah.
try it on and be like, "Oh yeah, pretty pretty," and then puts it back. No, she
No, she
puts it
slept
on and
with it.
keeps it.
She crossed the boundary for sure. Um, but I will say adding the warts thing is just like oof, like the icing on top.
But I also kind of
Ugh,
get it. It's like it's inconsequential because there are a bunch of adults, but there is a child involved.
it is a child.
A young child at that. And it's like you don't really want to introduce a child that young to just anything contagious.
Also, to wear his hoodies is weird. Don't wear his hoodies. That's a girlfriend kind of thing
Right.
to do. Like,
I,
come on, come on.
I wonder if she has a thing for him.
Oh,
Because he's like, there's
I
other things in
don't
here that I
know.
can't go into, it can't fit into this thread. So it makes me
Right.
wonder if she has a thing for him. That's
Ooh.
weird though.
Because I mean, like the whole thing is, mm, the mother-in-law's getting way into their kid's wedding. Yes, I love those.
Yes.
I love those.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
Am I the Assholes? I love reading those. But yeah, it's interesting to see their view of their mother-in-laws or future mother-in-laws
Mhm.
or father-in-laws or anything
Mhm.
because like they're going to be part of the family now.
Right.
That's what's so strange. They are going to be part of the family. They're going to be with you for the rest of your life or
Mm.
their life, I guess.
Yeah.
So like you have to act like they're new family members coming in. And that could be something. I honestly would not live with my mother-in-law before the wedding
Yeah.
because what if she does something with her daughter that would cause them to break up their relationship, you
Mhm.
know? That's why I'm just like, "I don't know, man. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know." That just ugh, mm. But I can also see why they did it because, I mean, it's a free babysitter. She'll take care of baby. Um, alright. We still have some time.
Yeah.
So I wanna read this one
Which one you
'cause I
doing? Oh.
am I the asshole for telling a lady to take her complaints up with my supervisor? Uh, okay. So this one's gonna be a little bit different. Just letting you guys know this one's gonna be a little bit different, okay?
Yeah, it may have a touchy
Using
topic.
it is a touchy topic.
Yeah.
Using a throwaway for privacy reasons,
Mm.
I guess like the name.
Yep.
So for some backstory, I am a trans guy. I'm not taking testosterone yet. However, I'm fully out at work and my close colleagues and supervisors know to use my correct pronouns. I was blessed with fairly masculine features, so I pass most of the time when I'm out and about. My ID for work has my chosen name and an updated photo. Seems like upper management is pretty cool with me being trans, right?
Mhm.
And they are about everything but bathrooms. Why is it always bathrooms? Until I'm on testosterone, I have to use the women's. Of course, there's no unisex bathrooms either. That's fine. This job will be paying for my tea. So if it makes
Upper
you and
management.
happy,
Upper
yeah, upper management
management.
happy, I can live with it. And by T, I'm assuming it's transition.
Testosterone. Paying for my
Oh, for me
testosterone.
testosterone. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, I can live I can live with it. I've had some weird looks. Some people ask me if they're in the wrong bathroom, stuff like that. But today, this lady wouldn't back off. She came in, asked if she was in the right bathroom, and I told her she was. She started asking why I was in there. I told her I had the female anatomy, so I used the female bathrooms. Wasn't good enough. Oof. She kept asking a lot of personal questions. Are you a, uh, I don't want to
Derogatory
use it.
term.
Yes. Are you a derogatory term? Are you a predator? Are you lying to me? The place I live isn't always the most accepting of trans folk, and based on her language, I didn't think she'd be the most accepting person. So I basically told her, "Look, I'm just here to pee. If you have a problem with that, you can talk to supervisor's name about the company policy." She mumbled something and left the bathroom. But a few days later, my supervisor called me in and told me someone had complained to HR about me being aggressive in the bathroom. So now I'm being investigated. My supervisor said it's really unlikely anything happens, but he did tell me it might just be easier to say I'm trans.
Hmm.
Few friends said that I was the AH because I probably made her scared because I was a man in the women's restroom. So am I the asshole here?
That is
This is
a
different.
very complicated situation.
It is a complicated situation.
I don't feel like there's enough information to really put my foot down on if they are the asshole or if he is not the asshole, simply because are they in a very large building? Is this just a one floor kind of thing? Is this the only
Mm.
bathroom or like set of bathrooms?
It doesn't matter if it's like the only bathroom. He should, or yeah, he should go into a bathroom that makes him feel comfortable. And if upper management says like, "Oh, he can't because he has female anatomy." That okay, can I just say this is my thing, and I'm not here to speak out against trans
Mm-hmm.
because I am a cis woman,
Mm-hmm.
you know, all of that. I'm going to be speaking as like this, and I hope it doesn't come off as what was it, tone deaf?
Mm-hmm.
But No one's gonna see your genitals. Nobody.
I yeah, like
And
why do
nobody's
you
gonna
care?
see them. Why do they care so bad that he is, going into like, I get that he's in the middle of a transition, but if he's able to pass and he's scaring this woman, older woman, who clearly is a product of her time, let me just say that,
Mm-hmm.
product of her time, and that's not wrong, because I don't think she's wrong. I do think she shouldn't put her nose in, like, someone else's business,
Mm-hmm.
personally.
Mm-hmm.
But also, why isn't upper management allowing him to go to the male bathrooms if no one is there to see your genitals? Like, no one's gonna see your genitals. Like, they have stalls in there as well.
Or should
'Cause,
anyway.
I mean, men poop. They're gonna have to have stalls. They're not gonna poop in a urinal, and if you did, then you are, yes, an asshole if you poop in a urinal.
God damn, I'm so glad I never had that experience when I worked retail. I
Ugh.
had someone urinate all over the toilet paper
Oh, yeah.
dispenser
Oh my
before, but hey, it was in the men's bathroom, and the manager and the general manager had to go deal with that. So, what? Not my
right.
problem.
So, genital police, drop your pants. No. I don't think, he is an asshole.
I don't think he handled it the best way, but I don't think
I don't,
the entire situation is being handled appropriately. If there are
in general.
more sets of, like, when I say sets, I mean the men's bathroom and the women's bathroom, because he has stated, there aren't unisex bathrooms or
Yeah.
handicap bathrooms or family bathrooms, whatever you want to call them.
Mhm.
If this is the only set of bathrooms, there's not much he can do, because their policy may not see him as a trans man yet, because he hasn't been taking his testosterone yet.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
they have asked him to continue to use the women's bathroom until he starts that, as he
Mhm.
states. If there are more sets of bathroom than this one, then just designate this specific set of bathrooms to him. It's just like, if you use these bathrooms,
Oh, it's another yep.
you will be interacting with transgender people for both of
Yeah.
these, and you are gonna have to just deal with it or go use another bathroom. The other thing is she could have just walked out. I was like, I'm not comfortable with you being in there. I'm just gonna walk out.
See, Zamer points out something very interesting. See,
Hmm?
the case for upper management is to prevent a case a person, employee or customer from attempting a possible rape or sexual report. That makes sense.
Hmm.
Saying that.
Exactly.
Um, that's why this is such a touchy subject because it is 2021 and we're still trying to figure out what would be the best for um our trans brothers and sisters.
With environments like this where there isn't
Environments like this.
a
Mhm.
situation where they can be safe.
Yeah. So this is why I'm like, is he the asshole? Not technically, but it's because everything is kind of pitted against him, like the whole bathroom situation and
Right.
upper management, just like Zamer pointed out. That's a good case. Like that is
Hmm.
he points out something very, very well.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, like this is why it's like I can't say. I can't say
Right.
because I cannot speak out for our trans, you know, for any of the trans folk. Because again, I am a cis woman.
Yeah, and it's one of
Straight up.
those things, it makes sense that people walk in and it's just like, hey, did I walk into the wrong bathroom? That shit happens. I did that in
Ha-
college a couple of times at the library, because it's just like, my brain was fucking fried. It's like,
Have I
I'm
was
in
about to
the
say,
wrong bathroom.
have you ever used the men's bathroom in an emergency or anything?
Absolutely. Usually
I was
they're
about to say,
like
yeah, I
single
did.
stall situations, or
Oh
where
yeah,
it's just
I
like,
did that.
women, I need you to protect the door. I gotta pee like a bitch. And like, we'll take
Yeah.
turns. It's like, yes, I have absolutely had to do that, because it's just like
Yep.
two stalls and like eight women lined up to do this, no guys around. I'm like,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
rest of us are going to just protect the doors and we'll do cycles. Yes, I've had to
Same.
do that. And
Same.
like,
Same.
I've cleared out women's bathrooms before for my guy friends. I'm just like, hey, are there any women in here? No. Okay, I'm going to stand the door for you and you can run in and go to the bathroom.
When I worked at a certain place, let me just say I worked at a certain place. I cleaned out the bathrooms.
Ugh.
So in my mind, I was like, since I cleaned out all this shit, I'm gonna use both men and women. No one's gonna come in here and tell me that I can't. And if someone walks in, I'd be like, "Hey, I was just cleaning here," when I was really, like, using the restroom and stuff. It's like, "You need to get out. Shoo, shoo."
Yeah.
Because that's what I did. And they seemed so like, when I caught them in, like, when I was coming out and the guy was coming in, I'll just pretend I was like, "Yeah, it's clean." And they're like, "Oh, okay." That's it. That was it. They don't question it. But yeah,
Yep.
I used men's bathrooms because I ain't got that kind of patience for the same reason that you said. Women will line up out the door to do
Hmm.
whatever they needed to do, and they take their time doing it.
Right.
I, as a woman, would do the same. So
I
yeah.
I feel like the statement was a little abrasive. Like, look, I'm just here to pee. If you have a problem with that, you can talk to the supervisor about the company policy. I'm like, they're not wrong, but I do
Oh,
feel like that kind of comes off a little like abrasive. But I don't know. I
I
wasn't
mean,
there. He could be paraphrasing.
yeah. But I also think it's just also like you have an older woman
Hmm.
that he just doesn't understand. And
Yeah.
that's just how it is. When times change, there's going to be a lot of things that we won't understand. For the next generation, when we're old and crotchety, we're
What's
not going to
threading?
understand a lot of the new,
What's
huh?
TikTok? What's threading?
What?
What's
Yeah,
TikTok?
yeah. Hey, I know what TikTok is. I love that.
You
Um,
just trying to
but
stay
it's like
hip and relevant.
I love TikTok. It's like Vine, but longer. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's legit like Vine. Um, and these kids don't know Vine.
they don't they
That's
don't
what I'm
they
saying.
don't
These
understand why
young
they
kids
do it
these
for the
days.
vine.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, do you wanna read the next one?
Yeah. Oh, I always click on the wrong thing. Let's see here. What do we have? Okay, so this is like a different tone from the others that we've been having. Am I the asshole
Okay.
for not letting my father do what he wants with his will?
Wait, am I the asshole for not letting my father do what he wants with his will?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, by headline alone,
Okay.
it's his will. What
Yeah.
do you mean? That's like by just the headline alone, which is how they get you.
Mm-hmm.
If it's his father's will, let his father do something. That's a classic, am I the asshole clickbait tree?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that I definitely
And
know.
we are okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Um, by headline alone, huh? Why? But yes, continue.
Yeah, like it's one of those things that's like, is he eccentric? Is he wanting to like yeet all of his property and belongings and estate into space? That's probably like a good reason not to let him do that, but
Right.
let's get into it. About 5 years
Yeah.
ago, a male 31 father, who is a male 62, approached me and my younger brothers, 27 and 30, and he said something important he wanted to talk to us about. He's getting older and has recently remarried after his divorce to our mother, 60, and wanted us to sign some papers in relation to him updating his will. He asked us to
Okay.
show up at a meeting in his lawyer's office. In the office, he explained he wanted us to sign papers allowing his new wife, 59, in the event of his death, to remain in control of all of our father's assets until she also passes away. The assets would, after her passing, be divided equally between me and my brothers.
Ooh.
In my country, you cannot choose who gets to inherit your assets. There is a percentage set by law on how it should be divided so no heir can be cut completely out. Oops, sorry. But any amount that exceeds US dollars, 250,000 US dollars may be distributed freely. If we choose not to sign the papers, we would get only the amounts mandated by law, which in this case will be the 250,000 US dollars each, and not the
Mhm.
entire estate of about $2 million.
Oh, shit. So if they choose not to sign it, they'll each get 250 each.
50K each, yes.
Yeah.
And not the entire state.
Okay.
Okay, that makes
Okay.
sense.
Mhm.
In the time my father's new wife is in control of the assets, she can pretty much do whatever she wants with the money.
Yeah.
After a discussion with my brothers, we decided that we will not be signing anything. We love our father, but if he should pass away early, we are all in a place in our lives where actually getting an inheritance would be preferable to getting a much larger amount when his wife potentially may live another 30 to 40 years.
Ah, ooh. Well,
Mm,
okay.
there's still more.
Yeah.
My father was angered by this, as it means if he should pass, his wife would have to sell the house. We even offered to make an agreement giving her 3 years to sell the house in order for her to not be tossed on to the streets straight after losing her husband. But dad wasn't having any of it. He claims that we are all assholes for not allowing him to do what he wants with money he has earned. We never signed anything and we didn't really speak of it again. Life went back to normal and no bad blood until COVID. Now my father
Right.
is worried about getting COVID and wants to revisit the issue. I've spoken to my brothers again, and we all pretty much agree that if he wants his wife to have the house, we can transfer whatever he wants to her name when still alive. But he wouldn't do this just in case he gets divorced. We are not
Oh,
signing
no.
anything.
No. Are we the assholes for not going along with our father's wishes?
Not
No.
I'm well, like yes and no. Like no,
Yes and no.
yes, because
However,
it's like you're looking out for yourself, but no, because you're still looking out for your new
this
stepmother.
is this is the thing. Especially in the end when they said that his father doesn't want to do that just in case he gets divorced, just in case he gets divorced, means that somehow there is something iffy about his wife. So he doesn't mind giving to her when he's dead, but that like, it just shows a lack of trust, if that makes
Mhm.
sense,
Mhm.
in his wife. Because he's like, why don't you just transfer and give her whatever she wants right now? Oh, but then she'll divorce me.
Mhm.
Well, then if you die, she will still probably take everything if you let your sons write, like sign the will.
Yeah.
Then she could still take everything. The
Mhm.
one thing you did not want when you were alive. Except
Exactly.
that she doesn't have to divorce you. She'll, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, this is also a touchy subject
Right.
because it deals with money. And
Yeah.
we also don't know how long his new wife has been in the family.
Right.
We don't know how long the new wife has been in the family. So, or how long they've been divorced. So, shoot, I don't know.
Right.
Yes and no. So dad wants to give the wife everything, but worried he's going to lose everything in a divorce. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Mhm.
And his son's like, oof, this is tough. Like, I can understand the sons not wanting to sign anything. I can
Right.
honestly understand it because it doesn't make sense. Something just does not make sense. And again, this is probably because he paraphrased it. But
Mhm.
this particular one, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
It is a very difficult subject.
Hmm.
Trying to figure out who should get what and when and how to handle all this in case of
Hmm.
your early demise kind of situation. But I'm with you. It's like there's things missing to this, I feel like. So there's three sons and the new wife. And they
Yeah.
would all get about $250,000 each.
Hmm.
And the estate is about $2 million. So they're only getting what, an eighth of the estate?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Don't know then.
Hmm.
This one's difficult too because it involves money, and
Yeah.
money is just makes everything complicated. Fuck money, man.
And that's a lot of
I need
money
it. I need
too.
it. I know. They shit.
At least I don't really think he's the asshole because he's being really honest that it's just like, hey, like, if we get that money right now, that would be really nice. If anything were to happen to my dad and he passed, rest his soul, blah, 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 all that stuff, it's like,
Yeah,
it
God
actually
bless his
would
soul.
benefit us to get that quarter mil.
Right, and the COVID thing, that makes sense too,
Mm,
because like, oof, COVID does put a damper on things.
right.
Phew. Um, but we only have, was it 10 minutes-ish or so? Do you want me to
Yeah.
read the last one?
Oh, let's see here. Which I don't remember what the last one was.
The newly grandparents one?
Oh, I didn't get. Let's do that one because I didn't get a full chance to read that.
Okay.
So I'm
This
very
is interesting.
curious.
This this is interesting, just in my personal
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
thing. Am I the asshole for banning my partner's parents, the in brackets, I guess, or in parentheses,
Mm,
they are newly grandparents from visiting? I am very fortunate to have an almost 3-week-old baby boy living at home with myself and my partner. It is the first grandchild for both sides, and we couldn't be happier. My in-laws, not married, but I'll use that term for ease, live interstate and without consultation brought flights to visit for just under 2 weeks. So they just went up and bought flights. Okay.
mm-hmm.
They are staying nearby and have arrived at our house unannounced every day so far at about 10:30 a.m., staying for most of the day. This has gone on for the last 8 days or so. I'm currently on leave, so am home all day with them. Ooh. A few days back, I said to my partner, I need a break from your parents. We are under control here with the baby, and I said I'm being suffocated by their presence. I propose that we take the baby to see the grandparents rather than them coming to our house every day. My parents have seen the baby twice for a total of maybe 1 hour, as they and I were clear about boundaries. Oh, good. Anyway, today we went for a little family, 3 of us, outing. On the way back, I said of, wait, hold up. I said of some of the house jobs I could do this afternoon, and my partner asked if her parents could come over since I would be doing jobs anyway or that they could help. I said I needed space from them, and if they came, I would either hide in my shed or leave. Partner says I need to suck it up for a few more days until they leave, which coincides with me returning to work. Okay.
Mm,
I miffed because of the lack of consultation. Partner agreed during the week, but also feels bad about the distance they traveled and the fact that they won't see grandchild for some months after this. My partner has had a C-section, so can't drive, so is reliant on me for things. My number one priority is not causing friction for us right now, which the grandparent situation is. So our conversation turned into an argument and an upset partner. I don't see my position as unreasonable, but I feel that me not sucking it up and supporting my partner at this time might make me the asshole. Edit. I don't think that the grandparents would oppose my proposal as they are quite reasonable. I even offered partner to make the call to them, but she agrees in principle, but feels too uncomfortable with offending them. Edit 2. It was planned that the grandparents would visit. However, the exact dates and duration was done without consultation. We obviously wanted them to come, but at times that worked for us.
no, he's not. They are not the asshole. I think the grandparents are the asshole, and I feel like the
Okay,
partner,
okay.
from what it
Go ahead.
sounds like, it's the
From what it
partner
sounds like.
that gave birth to the child. I feel like the
Right.
partner is not being very supportive of their significant other, but they are still recuperating from a C-section and a brand new parent, so they can get a pass in this situation. Um, I do feel like it's the
I think.
grandparents that are the assholes in this.
So this is my thing. And maybe this makes me an asshole, who knows? It sounds like this person has he's on leave. So for those time, that's his vacation time. He's at home
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to use it without any grandparents or anything. This is what I'm taking out of it. Cuz like all in all, it just sounds like, oh, my in-laws are coming in when I'm trying to have a vacation before I go back to work. And that's the one thing that
Mm,
that is upsetting to him. So I'm just sitting here like, "Oh, okay, I can see why that would be upsetting because he made a point to say, however, the exact dates and duration was done without consultation means like, oh, well, I'm home and I kind of don't want." It's like a classic like in-law situation where you're like, "Oh, in-laws,
I don't read
they're
it
coming to
that
visit."
way. I don't like how I read it is my partner had a C-section, so they can't drive.
Yeah.
So is they are relied on me for things. That's why they took the leave, their own family medical leave to help take care of their
Oh,
partner.
okay.
So
And they
this
thought
is
that the grandparents
family
would help.
time.
Gotcha. 'Cause it's 3-week-old. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Mhm.
Oh, gotcha. Family time. And then you think the grandparents would just tackle, get into it.
Yeah.
But they say as well, they have seen the baby twice for a total of maybe 1 hour. How does that work?
I
When
like
he also states that they come in at 10 AM staying for most of the day. Are they just there to help her
I
as or
it's
the
a
partner, I mean?
3-week-old baby. They sleep a lot at that age.
Right. But
They
I'd still
s-
hold it. I'm a new Thea, man,
But
listen.
remember this, okay, so this was posted 15 hours ago and this baby's only 3 weeks old. This is a COVID baby. You don't want
Oh, it is
people
a
like
COVID
touching
baby.
like hey, they got it on during COVID, but like we're still in the middle of a fucking pandemic. Like you
Right.
probably don't want somebody who came from a distance, had to fly in
Mhm.
to get here, who are staying elsewhere and coming in. You
What
don't
if
want to
they're
hand your
older?
brand new baby over to somebody who you can't, like, it is not
What if they
stated.
already what if they already had their vaccines? Because by that point, and if their, in-laws are older, they may have had their vaccines, so they
Fair.
can definitely.
I mean, fair, but, like, I'm assuming they're staying at a hotel. Have the people at the hotel been vaccinated? Have the uh, rooms
Oh,
been
I see what
appropriately
you mean.
sanitized? Like I'm assuming they're renting a vehicle because they had to fly in. Was the vehicle appropriately sanitized before they were given it? Like I understand not really wanting to bring out the baby for all this, but also again, it's a 3-week-old baby. That baby gonna sleep a lot.
Mhm. I think it's different because, again, I'm biased. When my sister
Mm-hmm.
was pregnant with my nephew,
Who also had a C-section.
who oh, yeah, she also had a cesarean section.
Mm-hmm.
She needed family to be there with her. And, like, my, brother-in-law was more open to it as well. That's the thing. I think it's more of like 'cause my tia came to visit her because they live closer to her,
Right,
you
right,
know?
right. Mm-hmm.
So my tia came to visit and help with the baby as well. Um, and her mother-in-law is there now. Maybe a few
Right.
months because and her mother-in-law was someone who was concerned about the COVID and all of that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, like, I can see both sides because, 1, her mother-in-law was worried about COVID,
Right.
and she wanted to do it after, I think what was it? She got vaccinated and such. That's why she came. But my tia was like, "No, she needs help now. I need to go help her." And my sister was very, very appreciative of that because like, they needed it. They just needed help. And this is their first kid, right?
Right.
Just like for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's their first grandchild on both sides,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's the same with us. My nephew is that child.
Well, here's
So I
the
can
thing. Was your
that's why I'm
brother-in-law with your sister?
what?
Was your brother-in-law able to be with your sister for
No
their
one was able
first,
to be with my sister.
except your Tia, correct?
Yes, because my this is the thing. My sister what was it? My sister lives out of state.
Right. Mm-hmm.
There's no family. There is no family. So, my tia was the only one of our family that helped her because she really needed help. Specifically, she needed help.
Right.
Because for her first grandchild, you try to get in as much information and learn so many things because she was freaking out
Right.
the first few months. So
Yeah.
I can see that's why I can understand why the grandparents would come. Um, I don't understand I don't agree that they come unannounced.
Agreed.
That's what would rub me the wrong way. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't come unannounced, announce when you are coming.
Mm-hmm.
But I also understand that their partner situation of them, not wanting to offend. or feels uncomfortable with offending them. I
Mhm.
get that because maybe in their mind, the partner kinda needs the help. You know, in this paragraph where they said, "Partner says I need to suck it up for a few more days until they leave," um, or what was it? No, not that one. What was it? Oh, yeah. On the way back, I said some of the house jobs I could do this afternoon, and my partner asked if her parents could come over since I would be doing jobs anyway or that they could help.
Mhm.
I think that's a way of their partner. Maybe it's not maybe it wasn't communicated in the best way,
Mhm.
but maybe that's their partner way of saying, "Hey, can I just have my parents to come help me for a little bit? Like, I need a break, from the baby, and if you're doing jobs, I could really use their help so I can have a nap or, cook or do something,
Mhm.
it might be easier." Because the first few weeks of having a child, I
Right.
think is incredibly crucial, and it's harder for the person gave birth.
Right. I
I know
mean,
that's a lot to say, but
yeah,
yeah,
like I get it and I don't get it, but it's like with your sister, your brother and her husband, from what you stated,
my
did not
brother-in-law.
stay with her for those
Oh, no,
first okay,
he did, 'cause he also had parental
family
leave.
medical leave. Yeah.
He did. My brother-in-law did.
And so when did you say your Tia showed up and started helping them?
I don't remember when. It was, like, maybe 2 weeks,
Mm.
maybe or actually maybe 2 or 3 weeks, since she came in because they
Right.
kinda needed the help because my nephew's a little rambunctious little thing.
I think sassy runs in your family really strong.
Oh, very much, very much. Come on now. Um, but yeah, those are again, this is why I'm like, I'm a little biased because I know the experiences and I've heard my sister's story and stuff like that, so I'm a little biased. So is he the asshole? I wouldn't say he's an asshole.
No.
Um, However, I do think that maybe he doesn't quite understand what his partner is needing because
Right.
even in his edits, he likes like he was trying to clarify a little bit more,
Mhm.
and stuff like that. I think there's a lack of communication between him and his partner because maybe his
Right.
partner needed the help
Yeah.
and he just didn't realize it, you know? Because that could be a thing,
Right.
but I don't know. But I also can see your point of view saying, "Well, it's COVID, nothing is cleaned, all of this and all." I get that as well. I can see
Right.
why that would be a
We don't know what country
well,
this is in, like what kind of
right,
situation the grandparents are in, like are they
because, like,
driving over? Are they taking a taxi over? We there's other things we don't know.
yeah, there's a lot of things that can see, so I can't say. I can't say.
I don't
Those are
like
my
he doesn't seem to be super aggressive or they. We don't know if it's a well, I'm going to assume it's a she because it's like one partner had a cesarean. So clearly they were had well, we just don't know. So they're not coming across as like an at like aggressive or mean or anything like that. They clearly state that the in-laws are very understanding. They don't really seem to have any problems with the in-laws. It
Mhm.
just seems like it's been a bit much.
Yeah. I will
Um
say what Zamer posted, "I'm biased because my sis had the opposite issue than yours. They lived next to my brother-in-law's parents, and they would constantly break in to see the grandkids or take them up to their house without notice." That is see,
no.
that is a no, because
No.
just like I said before, do not come in unannounced. Don't
No.
ever come in unannounced,
Right.
especially if you take your grandkids to their house
Mhm.
without letting them know.
Mhm.
That would put me in a position of, I'm calling the cops. Why the
Right.
fuck would like, 'cause I would be terrified that my kid would be kidnapped, especially without notice. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Mhm.
Don't ever show up unannounced for any reason, even if you're family, don't show up unannounced.
Right.
And don't you take the kid or kids without letting anyone know.
Right.
It's the same thing with the car. Like that, like in the "Am I the asshole for calling my husband?" Like
Right.
calling the police on my husband? Just talk. That's
Uh-huh.
all. Just communicate. Like call her and tell her, "Hey, I took your car
Right.
because I'm definitely going on this road trip."
Mm-hmm.
And then she didn't have to call the police. Like, come on now. Those just don't do that. Those are big no-nos.
Mm.
Um, and I'm also a thing where with my in-laws
Mm-hmm.
or my parents particularly, I have to have a distance between us because even like being around my family for so long would be too much for me. I'm a
Yeah.
hermit. So I'm just like, "Ooh,
Or,
we have
just the decent human thing of having boundaries and people respecting boundaries.
yeah, that's pretty much it. But it seems like his in-laws do respect boundaries and they're very
Yeah.
understanding.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's it for our show today. What did
Yeah.
you think?
Are
You
we the
think
assholes? Are we?
are we the assholes?
I don't know. I'm an asshole. I'm a bitch.
I I think we made our points pretty clear, and we are very biased depending on the story.
Yes.
Like we ain't gonna
Don't
lie
touch
about it.
cats.
Don't get rid of cats. Come on now.
Don't touch
You
cats.
have them there for a reason.
Yeah. Don't touch
Like
cats.
don't get rid of cats.
Mm-mm.
Um, I love that. I love that.
Thanks,
That was
Amer.
our biggest thing. You're both still assholes, but not the animal. I mean, yeah, fair.
I mean, that's
Uh,
fair. I've slapped the shit out of somebody before that
I
it's
love.
dislodged their contacts.
Yeah, it's like yeah, don't touch my animals. I love my animals. Um, maybe we are just assholes.
No, I like
That is
it's like yes.
oh,
I didn't
oh,
sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I am an asshole. I'm a bitch.
funny. Oh my gosh, that's great. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Um, shit, I lost my train of thought.
Who are you?
Oh, I also lost my train of thought. I am who am I?
Who
Uh,
are we? What are we? Why are we here?
I am a bowl of ricey. That's my name. Jeez, I'm lost in my train of thought. Yes. Uh, my name is a bowl of ricey. I'm actually going to be streaming in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate. So if you want to check that out, come check that out. You can also find me on Twitter at a bowl of ricey
Mhm.
or on Instagram at Vessels
Instagram.
Cosplay, which I haven't done a lot of cosplays, and I really need to because I have everything I need for
Mm.
like 2 cosplays, and I just haven't gotten around to it
Yeah.
because I'm lazy. I'm so lazy. But yeah, and who are you?
I'm at Miki Ree, and yes, Zamer, I will come fight your enemies. I will throw hands. I'll bring swords and like
Oh
sticks
man,
and shit. I'll beat people. You can find me here on What's Your Opinion podcast. You can find me playing games with a Bowl of Ricey or Chelsea the Destroyer or Orange Streams as I roll their asses over in Splatoon. Or scream like a little bitch in Phasmophobia with them. But you can find me on Twitter at @MickeyRee or Instagram, probably under @MickeyRee too, or just @Mickey. I don't remember honestly. But you can find both of us at on Twitter here. Here on Twitch and on Twitter at What's Hero Pin 10.
that's right.
In whatever kind of order I just said that in.
Yes. But yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Oh wait, I'm not the one hosting. You are. You gotta say
Yeah.
it.
Bye.
Bye.